You still got a ship moving?
Nope, no, we're stopped.
I don't see the mushroom
So
coral. I see a number of
still better than 10
corals.
meters off.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it looks like a, you know, it's tough to tell. It's so small. It could be a small collateral area too, but it could,
yeah,
I think a mushroom coral is a reasonable guess.
Older than Paul and I are.
Yeah, we'll have to go up a bit with Herc or back off the wall there.
Let's back off the wall. How about just 10 meter step south?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, just come at me, I guess.
Bridge,
yeah, can you move Argus, or can you just turn Argus?
Yeah, which way?
I think she's just asking if you did turn it.
Oh yeah, I did.
10 meters, bearing 180.
He wanted to look at the wall.
Right, but you can't like move it much, or can you just turn? Like, are you able to move the ship?
We only have one thruster right now, so we can't lateral, and it doesn't really work very well. It's like you're trying to move, 5,000 pound thing with a little tiny little hobby motor, really.
But the thrusters can't only turn it; the ship has to move it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it has lateral capability, but it'll move you maybe a meter. It won't really do much, and we don't have a thruster right now. We're missing our was it forward thruster?
Yeah.
Oh.
So for
is that from last night's?
No, that's remnants of the great flooding event.
The great flooding.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fresh out of spare parts.
Sometimes salt water is not your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when we get back to San Pedro, we're gonna dig around to see if we can come up with more parts, but it's weeks to get the parts from the company that makes them. So.
Wow, look at this guy. He's just extending himself out into the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the the other piece of expeditions, and when you're going 24/7, when things break and trying to continue the operation and trying to figure out behind the scenes how to get the parts you need.
Want to zoom in again now?
Fix the equipment. It's a lot. That's a lot of logistics.
Oh, you can see a little antenna flickering. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yes. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Okay, that looks better now, huh?
Sure does.
We're off the wall. Okay, zoom out now.
Yeah, we're about halfway through a 10 meter step. Just a little one.
Yeah, okay.
You can breathe again.
But yeah, when we make our next move, we'll do a little farther off the wall. It does look like it goes up pretty high.
There's another one up there.
Lizzie, did you see Erica's comment?
Yeah, that it could be lillipathes or relatives of lillipathes for this black coral species.
So Science, do you want to run a transect from here to Z2?
I think let's keep our eye out for one of these barrel sponges that Abby would like to collect, and then I think we'll have plenty of time to do a transect.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Let's do some small steps in the meantime.
These are shaggy barrels down here, right?
The lingo's catching on.
It's so Austin Powers.
There's black coral down there. Two
Look
colonies.
at that.
Oh, yes.
I'm just noting it.
Can we zoom in?
On the barrel sponges or the coral?
And on the barrel-looking sponges.
Oh, okay. Can you zoom in now?
They're kind of clean inside.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely not bright white inside, but they are. Yeah, Abby would like.
One of these would be great. Yeah.
Yeah?
Abby's excited about this one. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ship stopped. We can do a circle.
Roger. Okay, zoom out now. I gotta get set up here. And what is this gonna be? Is this a snip and slurp or a?
I bet it is a snip and slurp, but let's wait and see what Abby says here. Definitely grab.
A grab. Mm-hmm.
A grab?
Yes. Put lasers back on this?
Yep.
Maybe just collect the whole small one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the one to the top of it?
Yeah, like just maybe collect that little small one, the whole thing.
The crab didn't like me landing on him.
What kind of crab is that?
And right on him.
You want to look at it? Zoom in.
That looks like the dirty carapace
That's not
crab.
a box crab, is it? That has sharp, stubby legs.
Very compact.
It is. It's moving away. It's like, I'm out of here. Something's up here, and I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Definitely great camouflage.
Yeah, it looks like one of the little cobbles.
Is that a dirty
Like a
box
dirty
crab?
rock.
Yeah. Oh.
It's going to move the squat lobster out. Yeah, you're out. I'm in.
Oh.
This is your Friday night entertainment.
Friday?
It actually is.
Wow.
It is. I mean, look at that. It just completely came in and took over.
Well, I can't tell if he's trying to like go over the rocks and he's just too big.
I think he's trying to get under. Yeah.
He's trying to wedge.
Yeah.
Look at this squat lobster. Just like, okay. What's out there?
I guess
What's
I'm
going
out of
on?
here now.
Actually a good defensive strategy for not getting grabbed.
Yeah.
Is that that little white circle? Is that a tiny white urchin or is that a cup coral?
That's a cup coral. That's a Caryophyllid, most likely.
Okay.
Steve makes a good point. That's a very tough place for an ROV arm to grab. So you wonder if this crab has seen an ROV before.
These crabs are smart. They know what they're doing.
They're learning.
Yeah.
It might be shut down to fishing, but not to exploration.
Yeah.
Okay, so sponge.
Yes.
Yes, back to the
Small barrel
sponge.
sponge.
Squat lobster cracks me up.
You do like zooming in on them. The one with the really long arms, the front too. Just yeah.
So we do
I
have
got this. I got this.
we have a bit of an issue with the arm here for doing light grabs. It's being uncooperative, so it's very hard to grab something lightly. So I don't know.
Is
It would be
the job for squishy?
if it's on a rock, it would be better to grab the rock than to try and
It might be.
grab the sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's investigate and see.
Yeah, we can poke some of the rocks.
And you're still looking at the little barrel sponge?
Yes,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
squat lobster, but yes, the barrel sponge.
Hopefully, if it is, it's not on a big rock.
This is our
Might be a big rock.
last spot to put a sponge in the box. We have.
Yeah, Abby's concurring. If it's on a rock, that would be great.
Oh.
That's a big
Looks
rock.
like
Oh,
Yeah,
gonna
it's
get
both
them
of
both if we do that. Is that
Yeah, I
okay?
don't know if we want that big of a rock either.
mm-mm.
Well, it's not that big a
Is
rock,
that the
and
short
I think
red
it's
star?
it's probably pretty. Maybe not that friable.
Well, so the only place we can put a rock that big would be with the scoop, and so it would have to fit with the scoop in that box. Every single other compartment, except the one we just put those clems in, which this would be too big for, has a sponge in it.
Okay.
So she says the sponges are fairly robust, and she thinks it's okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of where we
I
put it.
don't really have light grip here. I got to use heavy force to get the thing to close because I think the rod's bent in the gripper. So Like I could normally set the
Yeah.
grip force really low and we could grab it lightly, but it's set to like rock crushing force, so it's gonna be difficult to delicately grab it. I can try. I mean, maybe I can stop
And
it.
Daniel just commented he's fine to share his space.
Yep.
With the rock and scoop.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
So do you want both of these sponges on the rock?
Sounds like it
I don't know if we
potentially. I
want
don't know.
Both. I think Abby would be okay with it, but given we're in a reserve, I think we're trying to
It's
take
gonna just keep
minimal.
going and going and go.
Well, that's another sound effect. We're up to 2.
That's what it'll do.
Would that work to take just the small sponge? Without the rock? Or is this a must-have?
No,
that
I
would
mean,
be-
it's gonna
if we
gonna squish it.
Yeah.
That's kind of a given. So if we can deal
Abby's
with.
saying, can you grab it by the base and see if it just will pop off?
I'm just saying that the gripper's it's in rock crushing mode.
It's going to crush. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't grab it lightly because the rod's bent in the manipulator, so it needs to be on the heavy mode to be able to grab. We have to
I understand.
swap
Oh,
it
okay.
out.
And you can't lock it like that
Okay.
at a certain...
Well, 'cause there's this, like a really delicate balance point.
Yeah.
So if you go, like maybe I see, like I got lucky right there. But
Yeah.
It's
Can you lock it and then try to pop off the sponge?
Well, maybe.
Oh, we'll see what we can do
Pop it
here.
off.
Here.
Maybe you could. You know how we collected the urchins? Maybe you could pop it off and then gently slurp it. And put it.
Are we gonna slurp it?
Then it would have to go in the front. I think she's saying slurp to transfer it,
Oh,
but then it
Oh,
would have to go in the front, right?
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
it.
we can't put the
Okay.
hose around the back side. Well,
Got it,
I'll
got
see
it.
what I
Oh,
can
yeah,
do
yeah.
here. Just zoom in. I'll see what I can do.
Bunch of...
Al?
Al, zoom in.
I know. I'm in suspense. That looks pretty. Well, see when we pull on it. Right now it's.
I mean, even if it did get crushed at this point, she'll have spicules from the top and the base.
Oh, I think they've. Oh. Wow, it's really stuck on that rock. Come on.
So surprised.
What?
Makes you want to put your foot down on the rock. If you just could,
I
just
know.
stick your foot into the frame.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Who knew?
Oh, there we go.
nice.
Okay. It got it.
And where's this going?
We can go to the starboard. And
Abby's happy with that. Nice. Nice collection.
That's good.
My hero.
I'm inclined to put this back in A with the rock we just collected because I think it'll fit nicely. That leaves us one more box.
Did it just drop out?
Yeah. Goodness. Is that it over there?
I think I saw it fall out on the bubble cam.
Yeah, I think, is it sitting on the bottom right there?
I think it is.
Is that it right there?
Can you zoom in on
I
bubble?
can't tell if that's it or if that's an urchin. No. Oh, yeah, we can, but
Too much.
that's an urchin, right?
Yeah.
So it fell a little bit. I don't know where it rolled to or...
Okay. Well, come back again.
Okay.
If only it was a square sponge.
No, I still got it.
You have
What?
it.
Duh.
What? Oh, awesome. Surprise.
Well, there's a slope over there, so it's like
Oh, that's
kind of
better.
adds to the drama.
Most dramatic sponge collection ever.
Hey, it's our Friday night. I love it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I was saying if we can go in A, that would be ideal because it's a small sponge that leaves us F open for
Do we need to
potentially one more sponge collection.
kill the thrusters again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, do it.
All right, SV off.
Okay. Box open.
Gonna go A, alpha.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dramatic till the end.
Oof.
That's a good collection.
Nice
Yay.
work.
Wonderfully done. You just have to believe in yourself, you know?
And the craft arm.
And in Bob.
Just have to have a working craft arm.
Well, and it's interesting because it's like not everything's not functioning totally properly, but you're having to deal with, you know, issues and making it happen. And we were successful in that collection. Good job.
Ooh.
All right.
Ouch.
Okay. Anything else, science, that we want
Ready
from
for
the site?
verticals back on?
Yeah. Go for it.
Back on.
No, ma'am. I think we're ready to start a transect.
Alrighty. Oh, let's do. Are we? Do we want to do another step away from this wall before we do a transect?
Well, what's the angle that we're doing here?
We're going to be going more or less directly east, maybe slightly southeast. So I just want to make sure we're not too close to this wall during a transect.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna do here.
Yeah, let's do another step away from it.
But then I'm just going down slope. If I'm gonna stay on the bottom, you know.
Great.
It's better to be on top than on the bottom. So
Okay.
if we can see over the top of it,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
You know
If you're
saying?
okay with where we are for Argus, then.
Well, I mean, I'd rather be on the top, because we can kind of see what appears to be the top. So if we went up to the top of the hill,
Ah, I see what you're saying.
see, that would be better.
Science, are you interested in going up this slope to start a transect?
I don't think we have to go very far.
20,
Sure.
call
Yeah,
it
that's
20
what you're
meters,
most
'cause
comfortable
you can
with.
still see
Yeah.
stuff on Argus, right?
Yeah.
Like I still have that ledge off to my left.
Yeah, however you're comfortable.
I mean, it's likely we'll end
progress.
up going down slope if we go.
If we crab across.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I suppose. Yeah, I'll just be out in front here. Right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it does look like we're able to start seeing over Argus.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm okay here, I guess.
Yeah, only do what you're comfortable with. We don't have to do a transect here if the terrain is just not quite what it
Well,
should be.
I mean, I got to guess what it is ahead of me,
Yeah.
so that's kind of hard to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And is the current a factor in this too? I mean, it seems like we're
Well, current's
nearing
kind of taking us along the way we want to go. So.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm way out in front now. So you could just get going and.
I can't turn with Argus. The current just like twisted me and.
Oh. So there's that issue.
Okay. So let's step away from the wall.
Well, no, I mean, the problem is we only have one thruster on Argus, so if the current's really strong, Argus is going to struggle.
Yeah.
I just boosted the gain up to 100, so
okay, there you go.
slowly.
Yeah.
This is now Argus's full throttle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob, step away from the wall into a transect, or go a little farther?
I mean, if we
no,
step
away. I'm out in front now. I just went up the slope a ways.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, we'll give it a whirl.
Okay, because we're still within 20 meters on Argus, which makes me nervous.
Yeah, well,
but
which way is Argus pointed? Yeah.
Are you trying to, you're still moving, Paul?
Slowly, yeah, I'm north and I'm trying to go to 45 northeast, so.
Okay, can we?
I might be yanking you around a bit. I don't know. How high are we?
We're 18, yeah. 17.
Okay, can we do a short step south then to get Argus a little farther away from the wall since we don't have.
Well, or we can come up. You know, we'll get further away from the wall if we come up, or we get further away if we go back, and then I'll have to go down the slope to stay on the. I need to stay on the face.
So let's try up then.
Yeah, because I got to stay on the face. So. Hey, coming up, Paul.
That looks like
toward you.
To the right.
It's like overhangy here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're not getting.
Yeah, that might have been Ophelia then.
Oh wow.
Can we look at this feature? Or is this not a good place?
No, we can. We haven't moved yet, so.
Okay.
So what are we looking at? Dead ahead? Zoom in now?
I was looking straight ahead and then slightly to the right. I thought I saw some Ophelia rubble, but I'm not sure.
That's a sponge there, though.
Mm-hmm. Desmophyllum. Other cove corals. Wow, there's quite a few.
Yep. Okay, zoom out.
Yeah, there might be a little Ophelia somewhere. Can't really tell where. See some rubble at the bottom. Maybe up higher? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we've got some little clumps of Ophelia pertusa. We have an Acanthoptergia, which is a yellow sea fan. Oh no, that's a sponge. That is not Ophelia. It's Ophelia imposter. But we did see the rubble off to the right.
This is quite a bit of invertebrate biodiversity right here. Look at that.
Yeah, a lot of anemones.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Tiny desmophyllum. What a great wall.
There's a sea star in there. Yeah, this is beautiful.
Got another one of those dirty barrels.
Shaggy barrels. Shaggy dirty barrels.
How are we doing there, Paul?
By tilting the camera down, I think it actually, like, the moment arm of the current.
Really?
Yeah. I've been stuck for a while.
Do we have a sense of what the current speed is. I'm looking at the dashboard right now.
So what I could do is just let go of the controls and see how fast it drifts.
You know, and we've done that. We've done that with tortillas off of the dive vessels to see how long it takes the tortilla to go from the bow of the boat,
Yeah.
bow of the vessel to the stern.
Wait,
And
zoom
that
out
gives us
now.
a sense of the current. You know, you improvise. You use what you have.
We have some of those too.
Can-
I don't know if it'll work so well. At
We don't
200
have
meters.
any
Well,
on
I would say
ROV,
surface
though.
surface may be different from where we're at down here at depth, but it would be amazing to see a tortilla float by right now.
We'll put those on the vehicle for the next dive.
Can we zoom in now? I think I'm trying to figure out where that Lophelia rebel's coming
Okay.
from.
Well, we're abandoning the. So you want to look down at the base of this right here?
Yeah, right where the lasers are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good
Zoom in.
guess.
Zoom in. Oh, maybe not that far.
There it is.
Zoom in.
Very small patch. Ta-da!
Got a couple
And a
of live
rockfish.
polyps there.
Yeah, just a handful, unfortunately. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish embedded in there. Look at that.
Exactly what I was looking for. And a tiny basket star on that sponge.
I know, but look, there's a rockfish in there.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom in
Very
now.
cryptic.
Is that all you got?
And a Calliostoma snail. Desmophyllum, anemones,
Mm-hmm.
a baby dirty barrel. That's a great shot.
That is really beautiful. I'd like to know what we're looking at here.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I
wait.
wish.
Oh, so the Calliostoma snail is on fish length to left of fish. Oh, don't leave.
Sorry. He's probably trying to sleep. Oh well.
So the Calliostoma snail is most likely a species Titania.
Where's the snail
I
at?
don't. There's one right there.
It was where the fish was. Oh, right there. Is that
Right
it?
in there?
No, wait. It was to the left
Fish
of
was
the
right
fish
dead ahead.
in that slot.
Yeah, so if we
Yeah.
pan left, it should have been to the left.
Left margin of frame.
Oh, yeah, I see it. It's kind of hanging upside down in the very left. Now it's not in frame. Just a little bit up. But it's that kind of swirly
Oh, I see.
cone shape. It's so hard
Oh,
to see
right
'cause
there.
it's a
It's
little
upside
washed out.
down.
Yeah.
Is it
Mhm,
upside
yeah.
down?
Bottom left corner.
I
now.
see it.
Yes.
There's a
Thanks,
couple
Daniel.
of them in
We've
here. There's a couple of them.
found
right
I
it.
think we found it.
Oh yeah.
Here. Okay,
Yes,
we
upside
zoomed
down
all
is
the way in
correct.
now?
Put that laser. Boom! Right on it. There we go.
Got it. Wow, great eye, Daniel. Oh, and another.
Yeah.
There's a few in here. And some,
There's one in there.
Yeah.
not many live polyps on this Lophelia.
Mm-mm.
I think I counted about 4. They're at the,
4?
at,
Really?
the, at the bottom.
This is-
Yeah.
What are these
Yeah.
tiny branching white attached
Are
organisms?
those bryozoans?
Oh.
I think they're
I think
bryozoans.
Are we
branching,
good looking
yeah.
here?
Oh yes, yes.
Having fun?
Yes.
All right.
Can you deploy the
Zoom out.
microscope?
Yeah.
Yes, those are bryozoans. We are getting
Wow.
confirmation from our
Yeah, upright branching
Very cool.
science
bryozoans.
team.
They have
Oh,
so
what were
many
we doing
different.
now?
We're going up the slope, trying to find the top so we can do a transect.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Thank
let
you
me
kindly.
come back at you and see if that helps any. Yeah, I'm gonna come back toward you and up a little bit. So.
Oh, a cow cod at the top of the screen in the hole. He's hiding.
Oh, wow!
That's
It
neat.
has its own little entrance there into its
Yeah.
cave.
I feel like you usually find the cow cods tucked in different crevices
Mm-hmm.
or in a sponge.
The forward thruster is totally dead, or it just causes a ground fault, or both?
It's both.
Okay.
Done.
Awesome.
Well, it's probably just the rectifier board, but we don't have any aboard, so.
Yeah.
What's the rectifier board?
It's a bridge rectifier. It has 4 diodes that turns the AC into DC to supply the motor controller.
Interesting.
We're seeing a couple different corals here. We saw some of those yellow sea fans at Canthogorgia. And I also saw some really small black corals, similar to the ones that we zoomed in only a few minutes ago if you were watching earlier.
What's weird
That we
is
think might be
And Daniel
lilopathes.
commented the bryozoans could be, oh
Help
my
it?
gosh, Phytoloporidae.
no, still stuck. What's weird is that this hadn't been happening, and it doesn't.
Well, I think there's probably more current up here. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like we're having current influence, and that's totally expected.
Yeah.
And maybe just coming
On
up
this reef.
off the wall. I'm kind of high now.
Yeah. It's like when you're diving and you get down inside the rocks and you
You're
escape the
kind of
current.
sheltered, and then you come up above, right?
Yeah, and then you get swept away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's progress.
Well, it does look like it should flatten out a little bit. We're just crossing the steeper contour lines now. So we should be.
There you are.
Yeah, we'll probably just have to stay together here. I can't get out in front.
Yeah,
That's
and
probably a good
all of these
plan.
maneuvers, transect or no transect, the safety of the ROVs is our primary objective.
Yes.
And a lot of these little white specks you're seeing at home are likely little brachiopods.
So we're
were zooming
clear
in
of the slope
earlier.
at this point. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cheat a little bit more that way, because
yeah.
it was as soon as I like tried to turn and looked at the wall a little bit, I shot off.
All right. Well, I'll stay so I'm here.
Okay.
We'll
And
just modulate the speed to stay in that position.
okay.
Hopefully we can pull that off. So
Do we
engage.
Roger. Are you going to kind of crab along, or are you going
I'll
to
crab.
You're gonna crab. Okay.
I'll just try and we'll just keep an eyeball peeled on
Okay.
Argus.
Do you want a 0.2 instead of 0.3?
That'd be fine with us.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we're only 200 deep. We can stop pretty quick.
Yeah.
Can we get a quick zoom on this fish in the center screen? It's got to be some kind of maybe sculpin.
All right. Oh, I see it.
Ta-da! Oh, it's so cute.
Look at that.
Look at you.
So if it's a sculpin, it's going to have a little cirri above its eyes, right on the head.
I only
They're like
see
little
one.
hair. Like I only see one too.
Either
Which,
that or that's
something
a
could happen.
parasite. I'm not sure.
It's got. Gosh, it looks kind of goby-like for down here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look in my book.
Maybe. Are there deep sea gobies?
I'm gonna check because I mean you've got the you've got sort of the broad head with the larger pectoral fins. I would love to see what its pelvic fins look like, but it's not going to show us that tonight. Those are the fins underneath. But let me look.
These are for the later hours.
I know.
Yeah, its dorsal fin is really cool. The shape of its rays, the fin rays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see how there's like two parts to it, right? It's got so it comes down and it's got that. It's like is it the third spine? 1, 2, 3. The third spine seems to be the longest.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, goodies.
Not very big, by the way.
No,
I know.
not at all.
Gobies typically are not very big, but let's see. The blind goby. It seems like if we're down this deep, you might be a blind goby. Let me look.
I usually feel like gobies are pretty shy too, and he's just. Oh, Erica Burton is saying combfish.
What? Excellent.
There we go.
Okay, not a goby.
Awesome.
It's a combfish.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thanks, Erica.
Mystery solved.
So I'm going to look up some combfish stats so we can talk about them.
Ship move is underway.
Roger.
Thanks, Sam. Copy that.
You got enough?
So
You got enough?
I guess that would be a
Yeah,
short spine
yeah.
combfish instead of the long spine combfish.
Yeah,
And
yep.
so I am going to look at that up. We used to see these
Okay.
down south a lot.
Zoom out now.
Okay, when you start moving, let me know.
I gotta.
It just didn't seem as
So,
modeled to me as what I've seen, but that's okay.
Well, and sometimes they have those really long dorsal spines that protrude quite a bit.
Yeah,
Those are
that's
a
the long
shallower
spine
species.
combfish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
oh, well,
the
that
other
would
one.
make total sense.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Erica Burton. Coming at us
So
with
they
those
like to
fish
feed
ideas.
on amphipods and mysid shrimps, and they like to feed on a lot of different isopods, copepods, shrimps, worms.
He blends right in. If it didn't move, I probably wouldn't have seen
Yeah,
it.
well, they should because well,
Got ants in your pants.
No,
California
it's
halibut.
target.
Yeah. I mean, they're targeted. They are sort of the fish that's going to be targeted by
100 was
a lot
the
of
heading?
fish.
090.
Oh, 090. Okay.
But they are found down to 450 meters, and we are currently at, stand by, I'm going to scroll up, 214 meters. So we are well within the depth range of the short spine combfish.
Definitely.
Quit it.
Yeah, we're nearing the shallowest part of this dive that started at 4 a.m. this morning, and we still got roughly another 2 watch ships left, and
All right.
another
All right. Manual mode.
2.5 hours
Going.
on this watch ship. So
Roger, going.
So hang in there with us.
yeah, still lots of stuff to see, and we are expecting when we get to the top of this feature, some pretty dense coral and sponge assemblages, since this is an area that's been previously surveyed quite a bit, actually, by the Northwest and Southwest Fishery Science Centers. And they've used submersibles here, so manned submersibles, towed cameras, as well as AUVs and ROVs, which we are using ROVs tonight. And so we'll be able to compare some of our data to some previously collected data to see if things have changed. And we are also hoping to collect photo mosaics at the top of this ridge, which is kind of a new way to do long-term monitoring of an area. If you can get enough images that overlap, you can actually stitch them together with a software program, and it creates a 3D interactive model, and you can do some really rough but really interesting volumetric calculations to see and measure growth over time, or the lack thereof. So I believe they're also planning to do that with the photomosaics they took of the whale fall as it's decaying over time. Nautilus had come across that whale fall in the Davidson Seamount in the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary in 2019, and so they went back just a few weeks ago and did another mosaic. So we're hoping to do something similar, but to do a habitat mosaic with corals and sponges that we're expecting to see once we get there.
So are we just drifting?
Yeah,
We have started
You
our
know what?
transect.
but we are just drifting.
And
Yes.
and we're just drifting. So that just shows you how strong the current here is at Footprint Reef. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not.
it reminds me of a drift dive, you know.
Yeah.
You just cruise along. And again, this area is known for its current, and we're experiencing it with this dive tonight as we near the top of the ridge.
Oh, thank you, current, for being...
No autos.
I know, right? It's just,
well,
we're
so
just
how fast
going
are we
with
going
it.
then?
Yeah, we're just going with it.
It's about 2 knots then.
Yeah, that's like I said, it can get pretty swift in here. It's a beautiful place to dive, but it's kind of treacherous too with these currents.
Well, the one place that we have found the largest and most dense species of corals so far was one of the dives we did off the Santa Lucia Bank. And Herc and, well, I guess mainly Herc was full throttle trying to fly up this cliff face, and we were barely making any kind of headway at full thrust. So that the current there was quite strong coming over this cliff face and down, and all of the corals were just bending.
Bridge nav.
I'll stop.
Pause transect.
Pause transect.
Yeah. / reverse and run away.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of the problematic impacts to Footprint Reef is lost fishing gear, which includes traps,
keep track of what
and includes lines, monofilament fishing line. Is another one. This is thicker than monofilament, but we have to be very
this is
careful.
The same as what we dealt with last night.
Right.
So
this could be attached to a crab pot or a fish pot, and they're thick lines, heavy, and they're dangerous to ROV operations. So we have to be very careful here. That's why we're pausing the transect. This is considered marine debris.
Back down.
I don't think we've seen any lines so far.
My problem is I don't know what's going on above me, so, you know.
Yes.
That's what happened yesterday.
I know.
You know, it doesn't matter that you can see the line.
Yeah.
You can't see what's going on
behind.
above.
Oh, and we've got this current pushing us into it too.
So, I don't know if, it seems like we need to not continue the course that we're on and maybe call it right here with this line in the way.
Yeah, we can reassess.
Yeah, we can get off this slope and move back.
Well, I don't know which way to move to
I know.
get away from it.
Well, the way we just came was good, right? So moving back.
Yeah.
The way we came.
So maybe let's just stop the transect, move back, and look and see if we can get a Argus view of it.
We'll try again later. We'll just cancel that.
I mean,
we're only...
Bridge nav.
Well, this is going down. So the nature of these lines, do we know how these lines work? Like, you know, some places they have like a crab pot on the end.
20 meters bearing 270.
And then a single float, they'll have multiple.
Right. Well, I would imagine
traps.
the single float will be down current, but I don't know how far down current that float line would be if it's attached to a float line.
Right.
Well, and this is hooked on the rocks. It's not even moving with this.
Well, we don't know.
It's got a lot of growth on it.
Just this
and it has
one
a lot of growth
part
on
of
it.
the line, though. You know, I mean, we don't know if it goes up to the top and then it goes up to a float.
Right.
Or,
right.
But I suspect this is not a fresh trap.
Well, no.
The one yesterday wasn't fresh either, but it was still.
Okay, yeah, so that's the problem. We have lost fishing gear out here on this reef, and so we don't know. We don't know if there's even a float still attached to this.
Ship moves underway. We're headed due west.
Okay.
Well, and sometimes the issue too is we've gotten an ROV stuck elsewhere on the West Coast, and unfortunately the the pot, it was an old piece of gear, and the pot had kind of like sunken into the sediment. And so it was so heavy they couldn't recover the ROV at all because it had tangled on the umbilical. And so, I mean, we're discussing floats, you know, because that's probably bringing the line up into the water column.
Right, but what's the other end look like too?
Or the traps,
right.
It's like a brick of cement. There's just nothing you can do about it. And I don't exactly know how that ROV came up. They were contemplating sending divers down for a night dive. That didn't end up happening. I think they were able to retrieve it somehow, but I don't think I heard exactly how they were able to do it.
Oh, you can see through the particulate how fast the current's moving here. So it's good that we're up current from wherever, if there is a float or something attached to this fishing gear, it's down current from us. But I think it's wise for us to stay on this side of the line.
So,
We're moving west. I'm thinking we drop down this way and continue on this way, or head up. Or do you want to head?
No, I don't want to head up. That's where the line is.
Right,
You're
right.
trying to get over there still.
Yeah.
And that's where the line is. So I don't know what's going on over here.
Okay.
That's
Do we try to tuck below it? Do we follow the line down to where we don't see anymore?
The enemy you know is better than the enemy you don't know. So it's better to like kind of maybe see what's going on with this.
Okay.
To like, if you're just going to try and get over there anyway, I would rather know what's going on. So
okay.
Let's stop the ship move.
Bridge nav.
So do we, the question is, do we follow the line down deeper?
Well, if you want to get on the other side of it, I need to know what's going on with it, right?
Yeah, so I think we're following it down deeper.
Yeah. Well,
maybe. I'm trying to decide because I'm just, the deeper part was probably to touch the trap.
Right.
The shallow side maybe has the float, but we don't know.
We don't know. And if not knowing is not good. So.
Right.
Knowing is good.
I agree.
So I think we keep Argus on the backside, Herc out the leading edge, and go down and find it.
Okay.
And then we can go around it.
Okay.
All right.
I've totally lost the Argus thing too. The current just picked up and.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hold here. And can you bring Argus south?
Argus south. Yep.
Probably just
10 meters, 20, 10.
Just to go 10.
Bridge nav.
I don't want to lose track of the line.
10 meters, bearing 180.
Come down a little bit too.
Okay.
Seems like I'm spinning back around.
That really drops
so
off.
I was kind of asking what the nature of these things is. Like some places they have multiple floats, you know, and traps, so that it kind of like goes up and then it goes back down and goes up and goes back down in a line. And then there's other places where you just have a single trap and a single float. So do we know what?
Well, we're still in the
right?
reserve, right? Yeah,
But
and
what
we're
were
still
the
in the
rules? I mean, this is old fishing gear.
This
So,
is old fishing gear, so, and that's the problem is I don't, from this view, we don't know
well,
what type
there's
of gear.
rules like in different places for how many floats and how many traps and all that kind of thing, right? Do we know?
I can do some searching.
You know, the problem would be if there's another float on the other end of this thing, like down slope, and that would be bad. I mean, the current is going to be taking it away from it, so that's good.
That kind of looks like a stable fish cruising through the area. Yeah, Lizzie's looking it up. Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, it's just because this place hasn't been actively commercially fished for 13 years.
Yeah.
Did this
but being
drift in?
Anacapa, there's a lot of lobster pots and crab pots in this area, so I'm gonna guess it's one of those. So I'm gonna see if I can't find a diagram of the legal configurations of what they're allowed.
Yeah, it's just we're so deep. Yeah, I mean, it could be a wayward trap that came out this far.
Well, like the one we got hung up in last night, the floats were completely collapsed, but still, buoyant, but they were definitely not designed to be at that kind of depth.
Right. So this is something that got pushed offshore or down deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost feel like this is more of like one of the fish traps than a lobster trap, just because of where we are in this offshore area, this reef. But
looks caught on the ledge, and it actually rounds out more to the east.
That's kind of what it's looking like. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. At that.
I think.
I see what you're.
Doesn't look as taut, like it's almost cut.
Oh gosh.
Oh, see, look at that. It's an angle off to that other direction. Off that rock point there.
Looks like the bitter end too. Can you give me a pan right? Slight tilt down.
I'm kind of at the end of the rope here, so I gotta wait on Argus.
Another move?
Yeah. I think you're gonna have to come a little bit east, just a skosh.
A little southeast?
Yeah. A 10 and a 10.
Does 10 and 10 mean 20? Or two separate?
10
and 10. Got it. Okay. Can we do a hypotenuse or
yes.
prefer? Okay. Bridge nav.
Bob, you want to zoom in with the camera?
It goes off into the abyss there.
1 centimeter.
I don't want to move from this point right now until we get Argus view. So
no, I mean move, zoom. You don't have to zip. I can zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. We're already panned all the way over, aren't we?
Yeah.
So is it because the current is affecting the Argus position that we can't get a good position on Herc?
We're moving to the west. Argus only has one thruster, so it's battling the current with half the normal thrust it normally has. So
that line looks cut.
We have to work with what we got.
Yeah, is that just a frayed end of the line there?
I don't know yet, because we haven't gotten around the corner to look at it. So.
Ship move underway.
No, I know, but can we zoom on it, or is that as far as we can go?
That's it. We can't pan anymore, right?
We can just wait another couple of minutes. We'll be able to go over there.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm good. No, it's good.
So it looks like these configurations for the California, or at least the West Coast California lobster traps, it looks like they have a single buoy, and they can have up to 2 traps at the bottom of that line attached to the one buoy.
But they're right next to each other. They're not. There's
the 2 traps, yeah.
Okay.
One question I have, Bob, is we're at 0 and 0 on the two wraps. Is there a difference in thrust power, either plus or minus? Because I could just try going the other way here.
Well, it's pretty minor. I mean, you know, it might be, it could be as much as 30% maybe, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference.
Yep.
It also looks like the crab pots have a single pot at the end with one float at the top.
Okay. So for those of you that are just joining us, we were getting ready to do it. We were in the middle of a transect on Footprint Reef, and we came across this polyprop line. It's part of lost fishing gear, which is marine debris, and it's a hazard to ROVs. And so what we're trying to understand is, did the line get cut here? Is it attached to anything else before we move on with the transect? Because we do not want to get our ROVs
This looks like this is just the
entangled.
end of the line here.
Okay, right? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move south of this.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go around.
Yeah. Roger.
And we'll start over on the transect?
Yeah, but I don't want to...
We'll start a new transect.
Yeah.
We probably want to get
We've moved down slope a ways here, so I would like to just move east, but south of where we were, like south of this.
Yeah.
So southeast.
And then, and then when we get
whenever you're
a ways away
ready
from it,
and
we go back into the wall.
Yep.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Whenever you're ready, just let us know. We'll
I'm glad to see that the line is not attached to a pot.
Yeah.
Ground standby.
Can we drop a target on the end of that line?
Yeah. Bridge nav.
So this is science in action, and so we need to make sure that we keep the vehicles safe. So we're going to get on the other side of this polyprop line, or whatever kind of thick line it is. We do not want to get entangled in it, and then we will start our transect again.
Can you zoom in now? It doesn't continue on there, right? That's just a muzzle at the end.
Like it.
Is that white thing man-made? Natural.
Looks like it just kind of wrapped a couple times on this rock point here.
Yeah, this is smaller line than last night, but still not so.
This looks like the yellow polypropylene line, which is still nasty.
Yeah.
Should move underway.
Yeah, any line is no good.
No. So again, so for those, this is a common marine debris problem that we have in the Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary. A lot of our marine debris is associated with lost fishing gear, including things like this, polypropylene line or monofilament line from fishing gear. and